Previously on Predict the Six. Literally 0 points for Jen last week in what was a terrible week at the office.
I'm going to say that Arbroath's going to win. I'm going to say that Alloa is going to actually win this. I'm just going to go with a bone draw for this one. I feel like I need to get in a draw somewhere, so this is my draw.
And as far as I was concerned, it was a pretty impressive week. 2 out of 3 predictions correct, only undone by a fair prediction, but one that was proved to be completely wrong. Ayr versus Dundee United, and I'm very sorry, Ayr United fans, but Lon Shankland is probably most likely going to come back to haunt you in this fixture. I predict he'll score, I predict Dundee United are going to win, and it really is that simple for me. So far, that puts Jen on 5 points, and me starting to pull away, now on 8 points. So Jen, last week really wasn't good for you, was it? Really wasn't it?
Nah.
Bad week, bad performance. What you got to say to the fans?
Unlucky.
Doing better this week?
Hopefully.
So yes, we're back once again with another episode of Predict the Six, always with Jenny. It's a special weekend this one. It's Jenny's birthday weekend. I've mentioned it a couple of times on the channel already. She's going to be going to 2 games this weekend through her own choice, and I think she's going to predict one of them at the start. But first, like target.
Right, so last week I predicted 90 likes and we got 82. So this week I've done a little bit of maths. So my birthday's on the 21st of the 9th, 2019, and I'm going to be 19. That equals 68. So we'll go for a 68 likes this week.
68 likes, that should be doable. So let's do it, lads. And lassies, of course. Can't forget the lassies. Do your thing.
For my birthday.
Congrats. Another year of life.
Thanks. My first game is Kelty Hearts versus Auchinleck Talbot.
Auchinleck
Talbot. Got my notes. So Kelty are currently sitting in second place in the Lowland League. They have won 6 out of 7 games played this season. Auchinleck Talbot are sitting 8th place in the Junior League.
Aye.
And they've won 5 out of 7 games played this season. So I've been to Kelty quite a lot through the years. I went on Valentine's Day one year and I've been to loads of games.
Valentine's Day at the Film and Reserve game. I know how to treat them.
So I'm going to back the boys and say that Kelty are going to win.
It's a very interesting fixture, this one. I did speak about it briefly in my midweek video, and I picked Kelty Hearts just to win. So I do agree with Jenny on that front. I do think Kelty Hearts will win. Yes, Jenny?
Am I right in saying that Stephen Husband plays for Kelty Hearts?
You are correct in saying that.
Research done me good. I only recognise Stephen Husband because your dad likes him.
Alright.
That's the only reason, that's the only connection I have.
I think Kelty Hearts will win, and that should be 1 point on the board for you this week at least.
Hopefully.
My first one this week is going to be a League One fixture, and it's going to involve our dear friends over at Falkirk FC. Stranraer versus Falkirk. I'm going to go risky here, and I never really predict draws on this wee series. I like going for wins for whatever team, but I'm going for a draw here. I think it'll be a trickier fixture for Falkirk. Stranraer have just signed, or re-signed in this case, Andy Stirling. For Stranraer in League One, it should be a decent signing, and I don't really know ultimately why I'm picking a draw for this game, apart from I just think it'll be a tricky fixture for Falkirk. But aye, that is what I'm going with this week. It's probably one of my more bolder predictions that I've made. So aye, there you go. Stranraer and Falkirk. That one will be a draw in my opinion.
My second game is Dundee United versus Arbroath. Now, was it you or me who predicted Dundee United last week?
Me.
Well, got my notes again. Dundee United are currently sitting in first place in the Scottish Champion League. Champion League?
The champions!
Scottish Championship League, sorry. And they've won the majority of the games played. Arbroath are currently sitting in 4th place in the Scottish Championship League. They got promoted last season, and the other week they drew the game against Dundee United 0-0 but won in penalties to knock Dundee United out of the Carmel Wafer Challenge Cup, I think it is.
Well, we'll remember.
But I can't see this happening again. In this case, I think that Dundee United will smash Arbroath, so it's a Dundee United win for me.
You really do like reading off that script, eh?
Yeah, because I'll say something totally different if I don't.
Can I just talk off the cuff? Aye, I agree with Jenny once again. I did predict Dundee United to win last week, and yes, I was wrong. And I probably would have had Dundee United to beat Arbroath the other week as well, and I would have been wrong to say that as well, but it can't happen twice in a row, surely no. I would agree with you once again. Shake of the hands. Second fixture, League 2 this time. Arran Athletic v Stirling Albion. Now of course, I had Stirling Albion in my game of the week at the start of the week for the weekend just past last weekend because they picked up their first one of the season at home to Elgin City. Yes, congratulations to the boys. Your family will have been happy. It's your side of the family that supports Stirling Albion. With that in mind, I'm going to back Stirling Albion to go 2 wins in a row here. It's a bit of a bold claim in itself because they barely won a game of football before that. In fact, they hadn't won a league game of football before that. But I'm going to back them to, as I said, go 2 in a row. I've not really got much else to say about it because I don't know entirely enough about their players or their squads or that. But there you go. It'll be a win for Stirling Albion.
And my last game is St Johnstone's versus Rangers. St Johnstone is sitting in 11th place in the Scottish Premiership League with only 3 points, but they haven't won a game, they've only drew and lost. Rangers are sitting second in the same league, winning 4 games, and they are sitting on 12 points. They're like 2 points behind Celtic or something like that. 3 points behind Celtic. The obvious answer would be Rangers is going to win this one just because they're higher up and they've won more games. But I'm going to take a risk and say it's going to be a draw. Throw a little draw in the mix there. Most of you won't agree with me, but it's my opinion.
Well, I've done 2 dodgy predictions so far, or at least bold predictions. That's probably your boldest so far. So you've got to get one in there. You've got to make it a bit more interesting.
Yeah.
So
it'd be boring if I said that Rangers were going to win because probably will.
But then you could also get more points if you just said Rangers were going to win because you're probably guaranteed 2 points so far, in my opinion. So you could have been guaranteed 3 if you just went for the easy option.
I'm not about taking the easy route. I go around.
The last one for me is also a Scottish Premiership tie, and that is Motherwell versus Ross County at Fir Park. Now obviously, Motherwell last week won away at Hearts very impressively. Could have been more than the 3-2 scoreline that it was. Ross County themselves got a home win against St Mirren, their first league win since the 3rd of August, and it was a very important win for them as well. These 2 teams in my league predictions at the start of the season were the 2 teams that I said are going to surprise a few this season. I said Motherwell were going to finish in the top 6 for the first time in a good amount of years, and Ross County I said, obviously the newly promoted team, but I basically predicted them to, throughout the season, cause a few upsets to teams that didn't expect it. But this week I'm going to stick my sort of money on Motherwell to win at home because I just feel like that performance last week will have given them so much confidence to go out and play expansive, good football at Fir Park, and I don't see Ross County surprising anyone in this fixture specifically, so I'm going to go for a home win for Motherwell this one. So that's that for the kind of descriptions and all the games that we're going to go through. It's time for the wheel, as always. You're going to go first at spinning the wheel and handicapping one of my games. Which one are you going to handicap?
Well, here's my opinion on Ben's games. Stranraer versus Falkirk, you predicted a draw. I think Falkirk's going to win. Arran Athletic versus Stirling Albion, you think Stirling's going to win. I think it's going to be a draw. Motherwell versus Ross County, I think you're right. I think Motherwell will win, so that's why I'm handicapping it. Hopefully you'll come away this week with absolutely no points.
Thanks, dear.
No problem. It's my weekend. No, it's all about me.
You deserve all the credit this weekend.
Yes.
On you go, spin the wheel.
So this is for Motherwell versus Ross County. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Your winner receives -1 goal. So this game will start as Ross County 1, Motherwell 0, basically.
So Motherwell are already losing.
It's a start. It's a start. Now, my turn. I'm choosing to handicap Jen's Kelty versus Auchinleck Talbot game, just so it adds a wee bit of spice when we're there at the game, because you didn't really have that much invested interest in it apart from this series. So, be interesting to follow the game and hopefully we get a good handicap on this one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Subs have no impact. Probably one of the worst handicaps, literally, because goals could be scored before that. Oh, it's going to be your weekend, isn't it?
I'll be going like this. Friday night, I've got one. Come on, boys!
Well, I'm not entirely happy with what's happened this week, but I'm sure Jenny might be coming into this weekend. We'll wait and see until next week's episode, but for this week's episode, that's it. If you did enjoy the video, please give it a like.
68 likes.
68 likes. Do it for Jen's birthday. And also, comment down below your predictions for this weekend's games. And if you fancy it, leave a happy birthday message for Jen in the comments below.
Thanks in advance.
Subscribe for more of this type of content. And until the next video, which will be the Kelty v Auchinleck game, which we will both see you at, we will see you then.
Yep, I'll see you Friday night and Saturday night.
Cheers guys.